Good morning. I want to call to order the Yoakum County Board of Commissioners Public Service Committee meeting to order at 11 a.m. on November 28, 2017. And with that, we'll have a roll call, please.
Spiz.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Berman.
Here.
Teets.
Here.
McGilvray.
Here.
Dwyer.
Here. We have a quorum. Before we have the Pledge of Allegiance, I would like a moment of silence to honor Deputy Eric Overall, who was killed in the line of duty, and his service is now taking place as we speak. So a moment of silence, please. Thank you, and with that, the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and with that, I'll ask for a motion for the approval of the minutes from the October 31st, 2017 meeting as moved by Commissioner Teets, supported by Commissioner Spiz. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Now I'll ask for a motion for the approval of the agenda, moved by Commissioner McGilvray, supported by Commissioner Berman. Any discussion?
We're going to make a change to the agenda.
Where's the change at?
You're moving up.
Oh, yeah, okay. We're going to be making one change in the agenda. We're going to move the Sheriff's Department items up first, followed by Public Services / Animal Control. So with that, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 We need a second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Commissioner Spiz. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Okay, now we'll get into our public comments. Anybody from the public like to make any comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll close public comments. We'll move to our regular agenda. First item is the Sheriff's Office 2018 Paul Coverdell Forensic Science Improvement Grant Program Acceptance, moved by Commissioner Spiz, supported by Commissioner Berman. And we have Mr. Dale Cunningham as our presenter. And first of all, Dale, our condolences to the Yoakum County Sheriff's Department, as I spoke earlier, as far as the death in line of duty of Deputy Eric Overall.
Thank you, sir. We're today, or I'm here today to ask for approval of the Paul Coverdell grant award. It's kind of minor, but it helps fund one of our positions in the forensic lab, and the remainder of the cost of the position is funded by the forensic lab fee funds, which also come from the state. So we're just here asking approval.
Okay. Any discussion, any questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Spiz.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Berman.
Yes.
Teets.
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Second item is the Sheriff's Office Contract Amendment Number 1 for law enforcement services in the Charter Township of Commerce, 2017-2018. Automatic direct referral to the Human Resources and Finance Committee, moved by Commissioner McGilvray, supported by Commissioner Jackson.
Again, we're here tonight asking for approval for this amendment of adding 3 deputies to the Commerce Township contract.
Any questions? Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, roll call vote, please.
Jackson.
Yes.
Berman.
Yes.
Teets.
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Spiz.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Next item is the Sheriff's Office Contract Amendment Number 1 for law enforcement services in the Charter Township of Highland, 2017-2018. Automatic direct referral to the Human Resources and Finance Committee, moved by Commissioner Teets, supported by Commissioner Berman.
We're asking approval for contract amendment in Highland Township for an additional deputy. He will be performing duties of a weighmaster, so we're looking forward to it. We used to have a weighmaster in Highland, and they're replacing or bringing him back. So.
Okay. Any questions, any discussion? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Berman.
Yes.
Teets.
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Spiz.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Next item is Sheriff's Office Contract Amendment Number 2 for law enforcement services in the Charter Township of Orient, 2017-2018. Automatic direct referral to Human Resources and Finance Committee, moved by Commissioner Spiz, supported by Commissioner Berman.
Good. This again, an amendment to the contract for Orion Township. This was a little bit different. We had the deputy plus what the classifications of technical assistant or office help for the substation.
Any questions? Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Teets,
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Spiz.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Berman.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Next item is Sheriff's Office Contract Amendment Number 1 for law enforcement services in the Charter Township of Oxford, 2017-2018. Automatic direct referral to the Human Resources and Finance Committee. Moved by Commissioner Jackson. Seconded by Commissioner Spiz.
Thanks, Sheriff. Contract amendment for Oxford. This will be a deputy that will be working a 7 to 3 shift for traffic control. Thank you.
Okay, any discussion?
I do.
Yes, Commissioner
I have a question
Spiz.
that's on all these different contracts. And all this best thing. To the end, so I asked now since I noticed we're adding 9 new positions.
Correct.
Right, and then, but I also did notice, I think there was 4 different vehicles. I don't know, tomorrow, it might come up in HR, it might come in finances, but. from
What
right
happens
now,
is-
I know we have difficulty, or we had difficulty hiring deputies over time, so there be any issue hiring these 9?
No, I don't believe so. We're doing fairly good for road patrol deputies.
Okay.
Some of the issues we're having is in the corrections side. So, but as far as the vehicles go, a patrol investigator is assigned a vehicle one-on-one. I mean, that's assigned to that individual position. For a regular deputy 2, we assign 1 vehicle for every 3 officers. So it depends on how many contracts are in that specific community, whether or not they had a car. So like in Oxford, we're moving up to 13 regular deputy 2s, so that means you add a vehicle. So the next 2 that Oxford would get would not get a vehicle.
Gotcha.
So that's how that works.
So would that
And
be a capital outlay that we, the
Correct.
county would have to buy all new vehicles, or?
the county fronts the money, and then over the course of the contract, with depreciation through our leased vehicle operations, and that's all built into the cost, then that money gets paid back so that there's an automatic replacement when the vehicle gets mileage out. The other thing is that right now we are having difficulty because our patrol vehicle platform, our main one was a Chevy Impala, which they quit making. So as you'll see on these are all, we're kind of experimenting. We're trying some different 4-wheel drive, or in this case, a Ford Explorer all-wheel drive. That's a patrol package that Ford puts out. So.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Spiz.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Berman.
Yes.
Teets.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Item 7 is the Sheriff's Office Contract Amendment Number 1 for law enforcement services in the City of Rochester Hills, 2017-2018. It's automatic direct referral to the Human Resources and Finance Committee. Moved by Commissioner Teets, supported by Commissioner McGilvery.
Again, same thing, request to amend this contract.
Any questions? Discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Spiz.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Berman.
Yes.
Teets.
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Anything else, Dale? Thank you very much. Okay, moving back to our agenda, the next item is the Public Services / Animal Control modification of rates and positions. It's moved by Commissioner McGilvery, supported by Commissioner Spiz. And we have as presenters Mr. Mark Newman, Mayor Bob Gatz, and the ladies, Joni and
Sarah Cohn, Human Resources.
morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Okay, this is moved by Commissioner, oh, we did that, okay.
Good morning, everyone. We're coming to you today. We're pretty excited about this. The management at the animal shelter, animal control, has been telling us for some time they feel they needed to increase the veterinary staff. Especially since we moved into the new facility, we've added equipment in our veterinary section that we didn't have prior, such as the X-ray machine, such like that. We took that information, we went to HR, and they did their investigation, their study, and they said, yes, there is a need. And the need is to add a full-time veterinarian and also a full-time vet tech. And to that end, to pay for that, We looked at all of our existing positions, and we ended up, and you'll see in the resolution, obviously, that we deleted several positions, and we still came up with a shortfall. And to make up that shortfall, we are proposing to increase our license fees by $3 across the board for one-year fees, for one-year licenses, and $6 for a three-year license. But you actually get a break if you get a three-year license. We've looked around the different counties, and this brings us up almost to par with most of the surrounding counties. Currently, Macomb County charges $10. This would bring our fee up from $7.50 to $10.50. Macomb currently charges $10. Pierre County charges $12. Kent County's $12. Hingham County's $14. Bay County's $9. So you'll see, you know, it'll bring us up to an area, to a level that's not uncommon. Last time we had a fee increase was, I think, was 1994. So we feel it's, although we never like to do it, we feel like the need is there, and we're asking that you would approve this resolution.
Did you say 1994 was the last time?
Yes, sir.
1994?
93?
1993.
1993, I stand corrected.
Any questions? Commissioner Teets?
The fees collected, or the license fees that are collected, cover all of the expenses related to the animal control facility or operations, is that correct?
They go to support the operation.
It's a portion, it's a
Yes,
portion.
yes, yes. Portion of
Follow-up question.
Okay. Any other questions? Oh, go ahead.
And this fee increase would pay for the vets, correct? Or the vet tax, I'm getting the terms correct.
No, you're getting that correct. It'll pay for the full-time veterinarian and also for the full-time vet tech. That'll give us 3 vet techs. We currently have 2 full-time and a part-time. This will give us 3 full-time and continue the part-time. And it'll give us a full-time veterinarian and in exchange for that, what we currently operate on is part-time veterinarians. And we do not have enough hours to have a veterinarian on staff during all of our operating hours. And we have found over the years that we need to have a veterinarian there when we're during our hours of operation. So we'll have a full-time vet, and then we're going to supplement that with 1,000 hours part-time veterinarian, which will give us full coverage. We're open 6 days a week to the public.
Commissioner Spitz?
Please, sir.
These adjustments in pricing will also allow you to no longer pull funds from the legacy fund, is that correct?
No, that's not correct. You know, the legacy fund, there'll still be times that we're gonna have to access it because, you know, we come across, although we budget for our operation, and we feel we have a good budget for that, things do come up. And you know, a few weeks ago, I was informed by Mr. Gatt, they had an animal come in on a weekend after hours. It was it needed vet services, and you know, don't even think that we would let that animal suffer. We won't. So we ended up taking that animal out and to the tune of, it was in the area of 1,000.
A little over $1,000.
That's not uncommon. So that's above and beyond what we can, you know, factor into the budget and reasonably. So there are times when we're going to have to draw from that, and you know, we are careful about it. We know people donate that for the care of the animals, and that's our focus with that fund is for the care of the animals.
All right, thank you for clarifying that. I do have additional questions.
One other question.
One other one?
No, whatever you need. 2. 2 max.
Since we're going to be hiring a full-time vet, do we have somebody in mind for that already?
No, not really. I'm sure that probably our current vets would like to apply, and we're going to post it. Our HR is going to take care of that. They'll be testing. We'll go through their process, the county process.
One final question.
Whatever you need, Commissioner.
I know we're adding 3 full-time positions and taking away 5.
We're adding 2
2?
full-time positions.
So 3 positions total.
Yes, we're adding, and we're also adding a part-time.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes.
Taking away 5. And then I guess a little bit disappointed because that we're eliminating the intern position. Do we have other interns that we continue to use at the shelter?
Actually, go ahead, Don.
Yeah, we haven't used an intern in the animal shelter in several years. We do use a lot of volunteers and student volunteers, and we employ a lot of students in the summer during our census work. And but as far as an intern, we do not use an intern, so that position really hasn't been filled in years.
Well, you got a doctor coming on from MSU this
Well,
week, right?
We do,
Like an intern.
but they're not paid. The doctor, we have a pre-med student coming in, and then we hope to have an agreement with Michigan State where they're not called interns, they're called externs, because they haven't graduated yet, and they will come and study with our doctors and our vet staff, but they're not paid positions. In fact, they pay the university to do that.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have one.
Commissioner Jackson?
Thank you. Delinquent dog licenses, what would they be defined as?
It depends on when you purchase it in the year. After June 1st, then they're considered delinquent. You have from December until June 1st to purchase at the lower rate. And then after that, you're considered delinquent.
Okay, so half the year in.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Commissioner Teets?
I apologize for all the questions from you. We spoke before the meeting. I didn't. So currently, a vet's on call. So the dog no, I'm totally getting this incorrect. Can you explain this to me one more time? There are vets at the shelter, correct?
Right.
But they're paid hourly versus a full-time person that.
Right. That's got it. And then after hours, we have to go out.
Emergency
Right,
pets, which
right.
are very
After hours
expensive.
or on the days of the week that they're not there. We're open 6 days a week. We have 2 part-time doctors. They have practices elsewhere. So there's at least 2 days a week now where there is no doctor present, at least 2.
Yeah, so if someone came in with a sick animal,
We-
you're gonna call, you're gonna try to find a place to take the animal, but this would change that where you'll have someone
It certainly
on site
should.
that can start,
Absolutely.
relieving the pain or sickness or whatever. So, okay, perfect.
Any other questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Jackson,
Yes.
Berman,
Yes.
Teets,
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Spiz.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Now we need a motion required for direct referral to Human Resources and Finance Committee. It's moved by Commissioner Jackson, supported by Commissioner McGilvray. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything
Thank
else
you.
to report? Okay, thank you. Our next item is Department of Public Services / Community Corrections Division, Michigan Department of Corrections, Office of Community Corrections, Community Corrections Comprehensive Plan Grant Acceptance for fiscal year 2018 is moved by Commissioner Spiz, supported by Commissioner McGilvray. And we have presenters Barbara Hankey and the young lady and Mark.
Sarah Cohn from HR.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you, good morning.
Morning.
This resolution is for acceptance of our annual Michigan Department of Corrections grant. This grant does help fund all of our community corrections programs, which service offenders that are on probation within Oakland County. This year, we have been awarded just over $1.6 million. It's not quite as much as we had asked for, but unfortunately, we have lapsed some money in the past because of the way the county funds and our salary forecasts. It becomes sometimes difficult to be very accurate with you need, and so unfortunately, Department of Corrections did cut our request by about $63,000 this year.
They give you any reason for that?
Basically that we had lapsed the funds in the past, and again, based on the salary forecast, we have 14 positions that are covered under this grant. The salary forecast sometimes overestimates how much it will cost for each employee, especially if benefits come in lower, or if someone is scheduled for a raise within that year. The raise is built in for the entire year, even though they may not get it into the last 2 months. And it becomes very difficult to sort of juggle that money because we don't always know what's going to be lapsed until later in the year. And then trying to spend it all on one-time purchases sometimes becomes difficult. So this year I did work with finance very closely, and we went did some different calculations to try to be much more accurate so that we're not lapsing those funds.
Very good. Any other questions? Commissioner Spiz?
So with the reduction, what are we doing different?
Basically, there's one part-time position that was within the Sheriff's Department, a clerical position, that is being deleted. The other position, or the other, was a contract for mental health services, which is being covered partially through the JAG grant and a general fund one-time sort of appropriation, so that we will be able to re-ask for that money next year in the grant. So I just need it covered for this year, about $18,000 out of general fund.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Commissioner Jackson?
Thank you, Chair. Just a quick question about community corrections and probation itself. Do we have any halfway houses in Oakland County for ex-offenders that have to serve probation?
Well, we have, the state has a contract with several agencies within Oakland County that do take in offenders, and they provide services such as substance abuse services and domiciliary. They basically live there for up to 90 days. We have CPI, which is Community Programs Incorporated, which is in Waterford, Sequoia, which is in Pontiac, Solutions to Recovery, which is in Pontiac, and there's also another one that's in Flint, in Genesee, New Pass, that basically those are the ones that Oakland County Probation uses the most frequently.
Okay, so our ex-offenders, when they're released, and sometimes they have to serve probation, the two CPI and Sequoia are the two that are literally the agencies that are in Oakland County.
And Solutions is also in Pontiac. So there's three that are in Oakland County, correct.
And are any of our residents sent down to Detroit? It just depends upon if it's a federal crime or?
Well, we do have an agency that we work with in Detroit, Wayne County. It's called Heartline, and it's a women's only program.
Okay.
And so it really depends on the need of the offender and sometimes the gender of the offender where they're sent, because they all sort of have different specialties in how they work with the offenders. And so again, most of our female offenders go to Heartline. We send many of our drunk drivers to New Pass because they have a very good drunk driving program. So it really depends on, we try to match the offender with the program that's best for them.
Okay, thank you. And well, wait a minute, I'm sorry, one more question. I know in the past, we had a program that involved making hats.
Yes.
Do you have a program you could explain to us, maybe for our viewing audience, of maybe it's something that you've come up with, like in the past year, that you're doing now with the ex-offenders?
Absolutely. So the program that you're referring to is called our Warm Wear program. So Community Corrections does have a program for misdemeanor offenders. Rather than the judges only having that option to send them to jail, we have work crews. And so what happens is the misdemeanor offenders are sentenced to community corrections for any number of days that the judge deems appropriate. They come to our facility. We have a fleet of 8 vans. We have a supervisor that takes the misdemeanors out to different nonprofit agencies all around the county and performs work. So they may be, like sometimes we'll go out to the Oak Hill Cemetery and they rake all the leaves and help spruce up the cemetery. Or a nonprofit like Gleaners, we help pack boxes. You may have seen the flyers or the emails for the food and toy drive. Basically, the people sentenced to the program coordinate that. They help deliver all of the food and toys to Lighthouse and Gleaners. But as part of that, we realized that there were some offenders that were sentenced that couldn't perform that physical labor, and that really wasn't fair. And so we started several years ago a knitting program where the offenders, they knit hats. It's on a loom, so you don't need to have any prior experience in doing it. And we have lots of gentlemen who are sentenced to our program. In fact, we just had someone that was in a wheelchair that as long as they can get to the program, we provide all the materials. They knit the hats, and then all of the hats through the year are donated to various nonprofits that are in need to distribute to their respective clients or customers.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? So seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Berman,
Yes.
Teets,
Yes.
McGilvray,
Yes.
Spiz.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes, motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have 3 items under communications. I'll need a motion to receive and file, moved by Commissioner Spiz, supported by Commissioner McGilvery. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. And with that, is there any other business to come before the Public Services Committee this morning? Okay, we're adjourned at 11